So last weekend, Republican Representative Tony Gonzalez from the state of Texas launched a war with some of the more hard-right members of the House of Representatives, specifically Matt Gaetz and Republican Representative Bob Good. So what happened was that Representative Gonzalez went on CNN and he said, quote, "It's my absolute honor to be in Congress, but I serve with some real scumbags." And then he went into specifics. He said, quote, "Matt Gaetz, he paid minors to have sex with him at drug parties. Bob Good endorsed my opponent, a known neo-Nazi. These people used to walk around with white hoods at night. Now they're walking around with white hoods in the daytime." Well, as you can imagine, that comment from this past Sunday by Gonzalez did not sit well with Republicans in Congress who, of course, were basically just called out by Gonzalez. So Matt Gaetz took him a couple days. That's my favorite thing about this. Matt Gaetz didn't immediately respond to it. He waited about 2-3 days before he came out and launched a new nickname against Representative Tony Gonzalez, and he is now calling him Turncoat Tony. In his rage, in his anger at Representative Gonzalez, the best that Matt Gaetz could do was come up with a silly little nickname as if they're both in elementary school, right? That's what politics has become now. Like, oh, you went out there with valid criticisms of me, so I am just simply going to respond by calling you Turncoat Tony. Hoo-hoo, I win. Yay, let's go play tag. You're not a child. He had valid criticisms. He lobbied, or leveled, I should say, some pretty serious accusations against you. Accusations for which you are being investigated by the House Ethics Committee. And your best response is, well, you're Turncoat Tony. Good luck with that. Bob Good, on the other hand, went a little more intense. Bob Good had this to say about Gonzalez. "It is not surprising that one of the most liberal rhinos in Congress, who has egregiously fought real border security and votes like a Democrat, would resort to the Dem playbook in screaming racism. Thankfully, the people of the Texas 23rd District can vote for change and an America First patriot in Brandon Herrera." Now, Brandon Herrera is, of course, a primary opponent to Mr. Gonzalez. And in the Texas primary that actually already happened, Mr. Gonzalez beat Mr. Herrera by 20 points. But unfortunately, he did not hit the threshold of 50% of the vote, so the two are headed for a runoff next month. So he could lose in his primary. Matt Gaetz, of course, came out, not only endorsed his opponent, but has actually been doing campaign events with him. You've got other Republicans that are out there right now. Eli Crane, Ralph Norman, they have come out and endorsed Herrera over Gonzalez because they're furious about these comments that Gonzalez is making. But let's be clear, Gonzalez is not the only Republican lawmaker who has called out his fellow Republican lawmakers in recent months. We have had other Republicans, of course, Ken Buck, who is now gone, Fred Upton, a lot of people that have come out and said, this is ridiculous. Our party is not doing anything. We're being stupid. We're sabotaging ourselves. We're not providing anything for the American public. But, like Ken Buck, he had the decency to be like, you guys all suck. You're not doing anything. I'm out of here. Gonzalez, no. He's going to call him out and he's going to stay there and he's going to try to maybe fix the Republican Party. But it can't be fixed. Representative Gonzalez, you know that. You have watched this slow change happening within your party. People like Matt Gaetz, people like Bob Good, Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's the new normal. That's what y'all are. So you may think that staying in Congress, maybe you can fix it, but trust me, these parasites in your party have taken over the host body, and there's nothing you can do about that. This is who they are now.